are crazy.
So I'm sitting in this section with my girls, and this nigga walks up with a samurai sword. I'm in the club.
Sword?
He walks up with a samurai sword.
Hold on, sword.
What are you doing in here like that?
We're right now with y'all.
I gotta stop
Hold
talking to these niggas.
What's up, bro?
Hey, nipples.
Ho. I'm in the car.
What
with
did she just
With
call
who?
you?
I'm in the car with Ty.
What did she
You with
just
Ty?
call you?
We just
Hi,
ride.
Ty.
What did
No, get the phone to
she
Ty.
just
Give the
call
phone
you?
to Ty.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, girl.
What did you just call him?
Nipples. You heard me. You should have heard him last night. Nah, this boy was...
I don't want to hear it. Don't be just talking and you don't know who he's around.
But it's you, Ty.
This is why
Who
people
else would
don't
he be
even
around?
answering FaceTimes when you be in a car with other people. Y'all are nasty. I don't care.
It wasn't
what
your
you
chest.
were watching.
I get it,
No.
but it's you, Ty.
What?
And we was watching Raw Talk,
No,
right? Remember
I
the
don't
episode
care.
of Raw
I
Talk?
watch Raw Talk too, but that don't mean I want to hear about what y'all doing.
Saying that's your brother, and I never heard him hit that note.
Tell her, Joe.
You're
It was
not,
not.
no.
Right nipples, right. The nipples on your chest.
I'm gonna call you back.
Okay.
No. And this is why your nephew is on the wild shit that he's on
It wasn't
now.
even like
Because
that.
you're an influence. No. Matter of fact, get out my car. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Peace. Let me turn that off for copyright purposes. Okay. Peace and love. Thank you all for tuning in. Welcome back. You already know what it is. I'm your girl, Nay.
Yes.
This is the real Raw Talk, where we talk about things all about sex, relationships, and everything on a high frequency, always. And of course, you already know I got my bro Osos with me.
You already know it's your boy Oso. While you're here, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like the video.
Yes.
Make sure y'all tell a friend that we are here.
Yes.
You know, because support, that's what it's all about.
Share it.
You know what I'm
Share
saying?
it right now. We live on Instagram too. So y'all, if y'all want to talk to us, please come over. I see a few of y'all in the comments already. Peace, Asia, families in the building. You already know. Welcome back. It's been a minute since he and I have been in the same place. I just want to point that out before we get into it.
Even in our virtual
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Like it's cold.
So welcome back.
Welcome back.
And this time we have my bro. I just want to give him a proper introduction. Okay, so I met Wolf maybe like 2016, 17, 15, somewhere around there. I don't remember because, I try not to subscribe to this time spell. But I met him years ago. He's been nothing but amazing. I want you guys to give him a warm welcome. He's going to give us a little bit more in depth about who he is and what he does. But he is my family, my bro. Please, y'all, welcome Wolf from Conjure House.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's
we
get
gotta
it.
our
Let's get it.
What's going on, y'all?
I know I gotta get this. Hey, Wolf, I ain't get the sound effects. You know the.
Hey,
Yeah, we're going to get the boy.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
hey, it's cool, bro. It's cool. You know, we get. Hey, you got to start somewhere. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Okay, exactly. So, appreciate you being here, bro. Tonight, we're going to be talking about all things spirituality, love, and sex. And that may sound like an odd combination to y'all, but it's really not.
Big facts.
We are going to dive deep into love spells. We're going to talk about what you should be doing as far as spiritual work in your relationship. And we're going to get Wolf's reaction to some of this wild shit that be on the internet. It's been some crazy ass shit.
Agreed.
Especially these fake spiritualists and these new witches and whatever they want to call themselves. So, yeah, I'm excited. Well, how's your day been? First, before we get into everything, we just gonna check in real quick. How you doing? How's your day been?
Man, I've been good. I mean, I got up, I hit the gym, got back, did some yard work, got a little bit of a cough. That's kind of why I got this on.
Yeah.
But I just try to keep myself busy. I just revamped my daily tarot, that I put up.
Yes.
So I
Yeah,
spent a couple of hours getting all of the media done, formatted. So just keeping busy trying to build Conjure House.
Yes, yes. Y'all need to make sure y'all subscribe. We're gonna put your Instagram in the comments so that
Okay.
everybody can go follow you.
For those of y'all that's live with us on YouTube, go down to the description. It's most definitely down there in the description.
Oh yes, that's right. It is in the. Thank you. See, this is why my bro be here. Yes, it's in the description. So y'all please tap in, and on YouTube, tap in on his YouTube. He has content, videos on there. He has knowledge. Definitely got some great things on there for y'all to tap into. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna get into our normal raw talk shit. Okay,
Let's
so
go.
we're gonna start out playing the dating 101 card game. First of all, let me plug my peoples over at Dating 101. We love you guys. We're gonna put their Instagram in the comments as well, so y'all can go purchase. They're like, what they said, it's a couple versions of it,
It's
right?
a lot of versions.
I want to say like
got
4.
one of the nastiest versions.
Did we get the nasty one?
Grown up version.
Oh yeah, we got the. It say after dark. So
Y'all got the after 18 and older.
You know what I'm saying?
It might be 21 in there. I don't know. But I pulled a few out that ain't too much in our business because he always be getting on me because I don't like sharing my business. Mm-hmm. But when we have guests, we don't like to try to pry. You feel me? Like I'm not one to like to pry because I don't like people all in my shit. You feel me? So we're gonna keep it light, but still spicy and still raw. All right.
Let's go.
First question. Do you have an issue with your partner going to the strip club with their friends? So what we want to start with you. Would you have an issue with your lady going to the strip club with her friends? Let's say a male strip club. Even though some ladies don't like it, we just gonna, for purposes of the question, we're gonna say it's a male strip club. Would you have an issue with her going?
No, not at all.
What about you, Oso?
I want to know what reason why though. Before I get into it, why?
Okay.
Why wouldn't you mind?
Well, here's the thing. For me, if you go to the strip club and I lose you, I didn't have you to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So for me, go out, go have fun. You know what I'm saying? When you get back, we'll do what we do because that's how this works. If you go out, I'll probably go out and catch a show, whatever the case is. So if I can't trust you with your friends, I wouldn't be with you no ways.
There it is.
Period.
There it is.
Period. That's
like
solid.
That.
What about you? Because I feel like you're going to say, hell no.
No. Go. What's so crazy is most of the women that I've dealt with, they do prefer women strippers.
Oh,
over men, for one. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind. Overall, I would not mind you going. Just like how, bro said, I second that. It's more of like, if I'm with you, I trust you, obviously. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I need space sometimes, too. Go ahead. That might get you a little wetter before you get home tonight. You know what I'm saying? That shit. Okay. Come home and take it out on me. You know what I mean? So
and I feel like it goes the same way for us females. Like, it really shouldn't be an issue. If you can't trust your man at the strip club with a stripper, then what's he yours to begin with? Just like you said, like, it's all about trust. Okay, so let's take it a little layer deeper and say, would you mind if they get in a lap dance while they there? Is that just a part of the experience?
If you're not getting a lap dance, did you really go to the strip club?
Did you really? Were you really there?
Were you there?
Were you there? No.
You weren't there.
You weren't there. You didn't get a lap dance.
No. It's part
that's a part of the experience.
Yeah,
facts. It's like
that's the whole thing.
When in Rome, When in the whole house. Maybe not when in the whole house. When in the club.
Enjoy yourself.
Okay, so next question. Would you give a person a second chance at sex if it was bad the first time? I'm gonna go
Yes.
first. Yes, I would, because it could have been extenuating circumstances. You never know what somebody's going through. They could have been nervous. I give a second chance, and that third, I cut the line.
They can redeem themselves.
Yeah, they can redeem themselves. What about you, Wolf? What about you?
Yeah. I mean, we gonna go again. You know, we gonna see what it is, because it could be circumstances. You got to look at environment. It's so many things that you got to look at that people don't tend to look at. So I'm gonna give it a second try.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it a second try. I done had girls in my past that I wish they came back and gave me a second try. But
Right.
they just got going, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
damn.
Please give me another chance. Please.
So I gotta be that guy.
I didn't get the raise, baby. I'm trying to get a raise. I'm just, come on.
So I got it. I definitely would give you that second chance.
Right. Y'all are
Yeah.
nice. Y'all are nice. See,
Do
a
unto
lot
us.
of men out here.
Exactly. Do
Do
unto
unto
others.
others. You were paying attention.
Facts.
You were paying
Facts.
attention. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Do you believe it is your responsibility to make sure your partner is sexually satisfied? So you go first.
It is fully your responsibility to
You
make
think
sure,
so?
that she's sexually satisfied. I do think it plays. It's a 50-50 type thing, of course, because it's mental. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental thing before it's emotional or physical. So it does play a 50-50. But yes, like, I'm in charge. I'm the only person you're having sex with or having any type of sexual connection with. So yeah, I'm in charge of this shit. And as you in charge of it too. You in charge of me.
Right.
And vice versa. So yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Wolf?
I'm gonna have to say hell yeah. It to me, it's a two-way street, but I also know logically when I get mine, I'm done. You know what I mean? I got to take a break, come back. You need to get about 3, 4, 5, or 6 to my one. It's just
It's only fair. You got to be realistic with it, right?
right.
You can't have unrealistic. But see, as a woman, I appreciate that, because it's a lot of men out here who will talk a good game and not be realistic. Man. And then it comes down to it, and it's like, but you lied. And it's like, well, I didn't lie. But you lied.
They ain't hoes, you lied.
You lied.
Yeah, you lied, bro.
Yeah, like, it is what it is. And my bad, go ahead, bro.
Nah, I'm just saying there are people, that they'll talk all the game in the world. They'll say everything. Mm-hmm. And for me, if I'm going to tell you I'm going to please you, we're going to take a few times to figure out what it is that you like.
Okay.
Because, we might do it the first time. It might hit. But if it doesn't, then at least you communicate. Right. But see, a lot of people, they want the quick service. It felt good. Thank you. I'm on to the next one. Mm-hmm. And if they don't get it, they on to the next one. So you got to have some kind of communication if you're going to be able to please your partner.
That's the key. That's the key right there, that communication. People don't talk about it. They do not want to talk about sex. They just want to do it. Mm-hmm. That don't make sense. I never understood that. Like,
right. Your girl might like toys and you ain't liking toys. Y'all got a problem already. Out the gate.
That's some real shit, though.
Exactly.
You got to see what it is. What is it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Okay. Last question, y'all. What does intimacy look like outside of the bedroom? Like, beyond the sex? What does intimacy look like? I'm going to go first.
Okay.
So I feel like intimacy beyond the bedroom is more so like, for me, physical touch is like one of my top love languages. I mean, I feel like I'm all of them, But
she said, I'm all of that.
No,
Scorpio
for real.
shit. That's not Scorpio shit, y'all.
I'm all of it. I mean, like, I like to receive them all, but I give them all too. I'm not selfish. I give them all too. But I would say physical touch is like at the top of mine. So just cuddling, hugging, touching, like even if I'm driving, like grabbing my leg or holding my hand, shit like that. I don't like to like traditionally hold hands, but in certain circumstances,
right. I can
hold my hand. You feel me? Like we laying down or we sitting down, but I don't like just being out
walking down the street
holding hands. That's just awkward. Yeah, it's awkward for me. But yeah, that's like something that creates intimacy. I feel like outside of the bedroom, beyond the doing the do. What about you? Also, you go.
From
you got
said me or Osos?
Somebody in there acting crazy.
You asked me to go?
No. Yeah, let Wolf go.
Go ahead, Wolf. Sorry, we was trying to handle some craziness in the comments. Go ahead, bro. What does intimacy look like outside of the bedroom?
It's letting your girl get the first bite of your food or the last bite of your food.
Oh man. Even though we asked you, did you want something before we fuck?
Just go ahead. Take the first bite and the last bite, or take either or. And we'll probably be straight, but it's glances across the room. You know what I mean? Intimacy even goes as far as, did you put your seatbelt on?
I agree.
Call me when you get there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then you get into the physical, smacking somebody's ass in the gym so everybody can see it. But it's those things.
Yeah. See, fellas, we have a lot of fellas that tune in. I hope y'all are taking notes. I'm looking in the comments and I don't see y'all saying much. I'm not looking at the Instagram side, so I don't see what y'all talking about over there. But I hope y'all are taking notes, because these brothers, I'm surprised at this one. I'm not even going to, no offense. I'm surprised he dropping some gems tonight.
No, I can't be on joke time all the
I'm
time.
surprised, yes. He's coming with the seriousness. I'm digging it. Okay. All right. So we're going to hop right on into the juiciness that is Osos Hot Topics. What you got cooking tonight? Because you ain't shared shit with me about nothing.
I think you actually came with the hot topic.
Oh, did I?
You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we uploaded. We was analyzing the video.
Oh, that's right.
We was analyzing this video, and I was trying to tell my sister that it wasn't what she thought. She like, you tripping, Oso. I'm like, sometimes men ain't always got to be bad. Maybe he ain't see her. Maybe he was focused on the prize, trying to get in. So I want to know, what do you think about this?
As I spit my tea.
Before we get into it, what do you think about this video? Do it look like a gentleman just being rude? Like,
don't get in my face.
It's
Watch this mess. He do not fuck with this lady. Y'all, he do not fuck with her. Watch. And I'm like, watch. Thinking it's about to come right up. Oh, you didn't upload this one?
Nope.
Oh, it's all right.
We
okay. Well, we'll just, matter of fact, let's hop in. We'll do one of the reactions, because we had some reactions. So which one is this one?
For the this one was the ashes.
Oh, okay, yes. Let's do that. Okay, before we play it, we gotta press pause on the other one because we ain't upload the video. Forgive us, y'all. But we have this other video that we did want to get your reaction on that I came across on Instagram, and it has to deal with breakups and spiritual reparations, so to speak, as one of my favorite YouTubers, Noah, would say. Go ahead, play it. Let us see this crazy.
I get crazy. I get crazy. Like stupid.
Every culture, except colonizers, they respect the dead. There's a reason that every culture does that. It doesn't matter what religion you practice. Just because somebody passes away, does that mean that they are gone? It just means they are gone in the flesh. So when you do stuff like this, you could potentially end up paying the repercussions of that. And this particular person, she got some of the ashes on her hands. So guess what? She ended up cursing herself. So do not try this and try to be funny. Trust and believe she will reap what she sowed.
Okay. So, y'all, I know everybody saw it, but if for some reason you're just tuning in, that young lady threw her ex's mom's ashes.
People crazy.
In the river.
People are crazy.
So, I know how I feel about it, but I have a spiritual mindset. Everybody doesn't have that. So, Wolf, I want to hear your reaction to what you just saw and give us some examples of ways that she could reap what she just sowed.
Well, see, things like first of all, you talking to someone. I grew up in the South. So first of all, you don't play with spirits, you don't play with the dead, and you don't play with your grandmama. So when you do things like that, whether she got ashes on her or not, um, it's already gonna go bad because you're taking something that's sacred. You know what I mean? There was
Yeah.
something where it was a ceremony done for this person, over this person, and you're messing with their ability to rest because they're tied back to the child who you're trying to mentally and emotionally harm. You know what I'm saying? So repercussions, I mean, you name it. It could be the wildest thing. It could be the body shuts down. You know what I mean? She could get. It ain't no telling what that woman is capable of in death. You know what I mean?
And she probably didn't know that man's mother living.
No.
So it's like you ain't even know that lady. You don't have no connection to that lady. Like that's just some bad shit, crazy stuff to me. Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
I couldn't believe. When I saw that, I'm like, and then you put it on the internet for everybody to see, like as if this is
had
something
her own
cool
camera girl and everything.
Yes, had your own camera girl and everything.
They all played.
Made the whole TikTok, put your little caption. You know what I'm saying? You went through the motions to post it. That's energy that you put into that. So
Right. And the thing is, you know, it's people like drama, people like mess, even in the spiritual community. There are people who love drama and they love mess. And when you have someone like that, the thing is too, she may already be cursed or is cursing her path, and this is an action of already being cursed.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
How deep that goes, like
mental. A lot of times people don't understand. Sometimes mental disease is scientific. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna ruin the science aspect of it or get into that debate, but the same way you can have a mental disorder, you can have a spiritual disorder.
Yes.
And those two can overlap each other. You know, so if you have a spirit on you, you throwing people's ashes, you know what I'm saying? You're videotaping shit you shouldn't be videotaping. You know, you picking up rocks at crossroads and doing all kind of shit.
Doing dumb shit. Just doing dumb shit. Like, what the fuck you pick that up for?
So, you know, like I said, I mean, when you have people like that, if they already don't respect the dead, they don't respect life, they don't respect anything. You know what I mean? That's all mental and spiritual disorders.
Facts. Ooh, facts. We could talk for hours about how I really feel like most of the people who are in the mental institutions or psych wards or whatever really got spirits and demons and things on them. But we're not even going to get into all of that tonight because that's not what we're here. Okay?
Right.
We're here to
No, we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, you're going to come back. Oh, we definitely going to have you back, bro. Okay, so before we get into the nitty gritty, we're going to just let you give us a short, sweet, and detailed account of how you got introduced to indigenous spiritual practices, what you actually do, your conjure house business, and also tell us, how long you've been in the game, because you got some years on you, my G. So I already
Let's get
know
into it.
it's the back.
Yeah. It comes from both sides of my family. On my father's side, there's the indigenous tribal aspect that comes from this continent. On my mother's side, it's all, African, the Congolese. So
Wow. I didn't
that
know.
side, excuse me, that side of her family, I I lived with my parents, of course, grew up. They would drop me off in the country for 3 months out of every year, or however long summer school was. So all I'm doing is hanging out with old people, learning how to hunt, fish, do hoodoo, and read what's the crystal balls, palms, tarot, whatever the case. And
Oh.
sometimes it was just ear hustling, just listening to what people was
As
talking about. You put
a
bricks
kid
down.
being nosy.
Yeah, like my grandmother had this piece of wood over her door that she had washed in the special herbal mix. And it'd be like, Grandma, why you got the wood over the door? Oh, that's so that the spirits of the house can't come bother me while I sleep. She was like, they can bother me anywhere else in the house, but when I'm asleep, don't bother me. So she put up barriers
Right.
to keep, the spirits out. So that's what I grew up with.
That's a
And
great idea.
then it came to where when I was younger, there was this idea that I thought, okay, I'm hearing voices. I don't know if I'm mentally okay. And nobody's explaining anything because there was a big side of the family that's on the Christian tip, you know? So they don't want to talk about it. They just want to baptize you, and none of that worked. So,
Fact. Fact.
I had an experience that led me to the down the road. It led me to the woman who would give me children, and she put me onto some people, and I just, I followed them very closely. That's, I got my initiation. Santeria became a second language to Hoodoo, and then from there, excuse me, that puts you in a realm of being in diverse communities. So I've had the experience of being inside of voodoo, not a a hungan, but understanding the practice, knowing what it is, knowing what to do, but I don't disrespect by overstepping, where my status is, if you will.
Ashe.
So I ended up in this one job in doing customer service, and there was a lady that was sitting next to me. She was an older lady, and she was like, "Yeah, like the diabetes, the high cholesterol." I was like, "Oh, just take these herbs, do this, say these prayers, wash your head with this water, 3 times in a row, blah 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 blah." And she goes to the doctor, and the doctor's like, "Hey, what changed? Because your diabetes, all this stuff is manageable. All of a sudden, charts have changed over 3 months. You know what I mean?"
Wow.
And she's like, "Well, I didn't tell him it was you, but everything that you said." So the next thing you know, there's somebody there that's got gout. I passed them a note, letting them know how to get it handled, what herbs to take, what foods to eat. So it became, oh shit, that's the herb man. He know all the, he know all the
That that is
stuff.
yes, yes.
And then I was never really shy about who I was. So when I had my, Alekes on,
Hmm.
there's people that know exactly what they're looking at because we're in Florida. You
Right,
can't miss it.
right.
And it just got around. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. They found out there were a couple of Paleros there where I worked. So I, hung out with them, soaked up knowledge. And then one day people was just like, why are you working here? Like you don't want to be, you want to be here for the people. You don't want to be here for the
Hmm.
work.
Hmm.
So,
He was
I
doing other work.
started,
He was working, but you,
yeah.
where you know what I'm saying, you was
So,
on television.
I supplemented my income by helping people and just, charging, what I felt was, fair. I've always tried to be fair. And when my daughter was born, the whole corporate America thing just fell apart. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to be here. I need to be
Right.
home. You know what I mean?
Sound like
I was
somebody else.
like,
Right.
yeah, it was like, do I go home and be with my daughter while her mother's in the hospital? How do I maneuver with this second child and knowing what happened to the first child? Like all these things are playing out.
Right. Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I just got to take the risk and go ahead and go home. And
You're correct.
I think I've been back to corporate America maybe once, maybe twice in 20 something years, maybe 20 years.
That's real.
That's beautiful, and that's a testament. Real. And really, all y'all entrepreneurs out there, I know a lot of entrepreneurs watch this because we're cool with a lot of them. We are them too. That is inspirational. Taking your gifts over 20 plus years and building this business, really, betting on yourself, stepping out on faith.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And to tap into so many different indigenous practices and, really tangibly touch people with them. Like, kudos to you, bro. That's so dope. And
Thanks, man.
shoot, I'm glad I know you because them herbs and things be coming in handy. You hear me?
Man. And hey, that bracelet you sent, man, that thing be that you the hey, appreciate you on that.
No,
That's all I'm gonna say.
Appreciate
I
you.
was
I knew you was
like,
gonna resonate with that tiger's eye.
yeah, I was like, this thing moving energy, man. What we doing?
Yes.
So yeah.
I love it. Yes. Okay. So our next question is, what is your view on love spells? Because there's a lot of things going around the internet right now. After the I don't want to say it because I don't want my video to get flagged. But after that whole little situation in 2020, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was all in the house all the time.
Yeah.
So it's been a rise in a lot of like internet spiritualists, a lot of scammers, a lot of people putting spells on TikTok. Really, some people showing things they shouldn't be showing, and then other people just telling you shit just to tell you shit, and they don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. So I want you to give us what you feel about love spells, and then we're gonna break down different types of spells and get your take on those too. So go ahead. What love spells like? And when I say love spells, just to give you context, I'm talking about love spells as in to compel someone to love you.
Right. I'll start by saying this. It doesn't completely matter what I feel. It comes down to when I throw the shells and I ask spirit, is spirit okay with taking on the situation that's being presented? And if they are, then cool, we go forward. Now, me personally, it might be a tourist thing. It might just be the way I was raised up. Um, I'm not big. Me personally, I'm not big on them, especially on this. Well, I'm not big on the side where it comes to maneuvering somebody's ability to think and feel for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me, if it's like a come to me, but it's, hey, we've been together 3 or 4 years, I would just like to, he tells me he loves me or she tells me she loves me. I just like to build that compelling, high love energy into the household. So that if
already
spirit
there.
says, spirit says, okay, all we're doing is enhancing something that exists.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
When you do love spells, they're very tricky because it really comes down to, are you really asking for love? Are you asking for obsession? Are
Mm,
you asking for control? You know what I mean? It's like, what are
dang.
you really asking for in that love spell?
Facts. Man, that's horrible. Like, ooh, obsession. That's some crazy shit. Because a lot of people, they be obsessed with somebody, and they don't. They think they love them,
Yeah.
but they really just
Right.
fucking obsessed. Okay, so that you touched on spells that bring in a lover a little bit, but what about say somebody is single for some years and they just want to attract who is naturally for them, or they a lover, you know what I'm saying, in general? Would you have
I
the same type of view?
I have the view that there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because what you're doing is you're not controlling a particular person.
Mm-hmm.
You're essentially changing your frequency to the person that you want to respond to that proper frequency. You know what I mean? So if let's say somebody says I want to do a spell to bring somebody, I do two things. I'll do that spell, but I'll also do the self-love and open road kind of thing in there,
Mm-hmm.
because what happens is the time frame in where you are today in your head and when you meet that person, you want to make sure that your frequency matches, and you want to make sure that you're at a place where you can meet that person and you both have an equal interest in seeing if there's something further.
That makes
You know
sense.
what I mean?
You feel good
Sometimes,
enough within yourself to even be open to meeting that person.
right? Because I mean, there's times where people say, I just, I want to find somebody, and when I hear that, it kind of makes me a little edgy, because I'm like, well, do you want to just find somebody, or do you have a
Right.
particular person in mind?
Right.
Now that you have the particular person in mind, do you match the particular person that you have in mind? Would
Mm,
that person even notice you if you walk past them?
damn. That's
You know what I mean?
some real
If
shit.
you can't, it's like, it would be like me saying, I want to meet um a celebrity woman, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, and I'm going to put that energy out that I'm going to meet this woman. But here's the thing. Either we got to have some stuff that's majorly in common for us to even be in the same frequency,
Mm-hmm.
or I have to be in a place where I can be in the room where she is.
Mm. And
So sometimes
yeah,
our spell request doesn't match our present state.
facts. And
And that's where it's not any fault of the person asking. It's just that we as practitioners have to take that time to help somebody understand that, versus let me just do a spell for you and let's play the fuck it 50-50 game. You know what I'm saying? And if it
right.
works, it looks good. If it don't work, it looks like, oh, okay, you didn't know what the hell you were doing. Or we can play the let's recast it and play 50-50 again.
No facts.
So that's for me what I've always found when it comes to love spells or certain spells that aren't just cut and dry. You have to kind of build, it's almost like building a business. You know what I mean? You got to have a mission statement. You got to have a board, which is your spirits. You
Yes.
have to have,
Yes.
people who are interested, which are the men or women or whomever you're interested in,
Mm-hmm.
that are available to see your banner when it lights up in the sky. All that's got to be in place.
Yeah.
And if it's not, you're going to attract the people who are where you are, and you're going to be frustrated because you don't want to be where you are. So you don't want a
Mm-hmm.
shitbag ass person from where you are. So they're cool, but you have to be almost precise. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
like, and if I may, I'll give you an example of the Orisha Legua, right?
Yes.
Here's how black and white, even his color is black and white or red and black. here's how precise things are. You can say, you know, should I go out to the club? Well, you could say, can I go out to the club to meet somebody tonight, right? Oleg was going to be like, yeah, sure. If you stop there, you go out and you meet them, and then they're a dirtbag, you can't come back and yell at Olegwa because it didn't go
Right.
right. What
Right.
happened is, if you would have said, should I go out to the club tonight? And Olegwa says no, then you stayed your ass at home and hey, ain't nobody mad.
Right.
But
But you
this
weren't
is the
precise. You weren't impeccable with your words.
right. So where I tie that into our everyday life is not hurry up and go out there and try to talk to a Legwo. What my point is you have to talk to yourself with that type of concise questioning. Should
Mm.
I do this? No. Should I go over there? Yes. You know what I mean? Should I trust this person? Do you have any reason not to?
Then
You know, it's like you've got to look at all sides because spells only truly work if you're sure of what you want and you have the mind state to either get there or you're already there. You just need the boost.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. That no. Okay. So I never thought about the fact that like you hear people just asking for shit or going to see somebody or paying for a spell to be done or they seen this girl on TikTok and they paid her whatever, you know what I'm saying, to cast a spell. And they're not taking this kind of time.
Nah, facts.
They're not
No.
really caring about what the fuck you got going on. That's what people need to like really be careful about here, y'all. Please do not just be out here giving people your money for a spell. Like he said, it's 50-50. So don't cast shit that you're not sure about and that you can't be like impeccable with your words about because you're gonna
Huh.
end up manifesting Ron down the street and wonder
Yeah.
why you pregnant by him now. And you
Right.
like, what the fuck? That's not what I had asked for, but yes, it is
Be
what you asked
intentional.
Intentional.
It's not what you asked for, but that's where your energy met you because that's where you were when you asked.
Exactly. Okay. So what about so I'm gonna skip to this one because it's just been on my mind. I really want to know your thoughts on it. The infamous spaghetti spell. If y'all don't know what it is, I'm sure all you young men out there, your mama, your auntie, your grandma, all of them said, don't eat no woman spaghetti. Okay? With the period blood and all of that. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna say that for some people, it's a tried and true recipe. I'm not gonna say I advocate for it or I condone it because
Right.
again, it falls back into the control aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is for me personally, if I have to if I have to kind of tie you down to keep you, if I got to bury your drawers in the yard, put stuff in your food, I either one or two things. You wasn't gonna stay no ways, or I don't believe that I'm able enough to hold your attention for the long term till death do we part. You dig?
No fact.
And so either
Something
way
was already wrong.
right, either way you go in that, you gonna have a hard time because you're also pulling in someone and you're pulling them in as is.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
That's
pull
it.
them in, and the thing is now that they got your scent, they can't get rid of you.
Yeah. Ooh. Can't get rid of you.
They can't
That
get
would
rid of
make
you.
somebody unalive you, and that's not cool.
Well, and that's where it's like I had a client back in maybe about a year before you and I met actually. Maybe a year or two. And they came to me, they were referred by someone who had been using me for a long period of time, right? and they said they wouldn't go with me because my prices were too low. So I got wind of the person that they were going to, and I said, "Hey, look, this person is known in the community to, be full of shit. Just be careful. I don't even care if you come to me or not. I just want you to go to someone who is going to be proper and it's going to be,
Facts.
safe." She wanted to get her dude. She wanted to get her dude back. So I was like, "Okay, well, we'll see how this plays out." I don't think it was about maybe 30 days. The dude told her, "Give me like 30, 45 days." She gets the dude back. There, she's happy. She calls my home girl. "Oh, he's back, girl. We dropping the kids off and we going to the movies." These folks drop the kids off. They drive into the movies. Light turns green. They go through the light, get killed by a Mack truck
Ooh.
on site.
Ooh. Ooh.
And
Just
I'm
yeah.
like, and my friend goes, "How?" I said, "Because she said she wanted to spend eternity with him."
That
She literally
crazy.
spoke into existence.
Nah, for real.
She didn't say, "I want to spend the rest of my life with him and our children, living in this house and having beautiful
Ooh.
experiences. And I want for us to communicate." No, I just want
Still,
him.
baby.
She got him.
Oh my gosh.
You
That
did.
see that
So so when you're
that is
doing
the
stuff,
epitome of fucking around and finding
you
out.
right now. So when you're doing stuff, that's my view on it. But at the end of the day, I'm also knowing too that I have to trust in what spirit says. So I can't let my personal feelings of how I view the world get in the way of how somebody wants to maneuver. Because if that's the case, then I'm really not being a fair spiritual practitioner. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So if I
Facts.
go to them, I still leave a caveat in the back where it's like, "Hey, let the person that I'm working be safe. Let the person requesting the work be safe. Don't let nothing come about them. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta speak almost every contingency that you can think of, because it
Facts.
comes back to the devil at the crossroads when he asked like the dude if he want to be Ghost Rider. And he's like, "Well, yeah, just save my dad and
Right.
da 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 da." And he got his contract, and his dad was better. His dad's healthy, and then his dad gets killed on the bike because all he cared about was get rid of the cancer in his body. He didn't think about, first of
Longevity.
all, who I'm making a deal with, where you come from, what you
Facts.
about.
More important.
So that's where I say, if you know what you're doing, go ahead and do it. If you don't, seek out a professional and seek out someone who inquires, asks questions, and you know what I mean, can tell you, "Hey, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds right. You know what I mean? I like what you're saying. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this," and just gives you that comfortability that they know what the fuck they doing.
Exactly. And got people who can actually say, or reviews, or you know what I'm saying, people they can actually bring,
Yeah,
like, no, hey, this is
yeah.
a legit person. Because I guarantee you, half of these spiritualists out here.
Look, I
Mm,
got I got clients that still come to me for various things. And what I love about them, they're not coming to me for the same things over and over and over. They're coming for different
exactly.
things in different forms and upgrading their life or whatever. But
Exactly. And I mean,
I've
what you're
got people
working.
that, yeah, I mean, I've been in this so long. It's people back in 2007, 2008 that still hit me up, and they're like, "Hey, man, I
Wow.
need some." Okay, cool. But
That's
they know the process, so they tell me, "Here's exactly what I need." They write the whole thing out, and I'm like, "There you go."
right. And that I'm sure that's over time of working with you and you letting them know, like, hey, you see
Yeah,
how it's been prosperous for us before, like keep that same type of energy.
yeah.
Okay, so last question we're gonna touch on the spells, and then we're gonna get your reaction to these two quick clips. So what about spells to get out of relationships, to get away from people? How do you feel about that?
I'll say this: if you're getting out for safety, spirits gonna grant that. That's they're gonna do everything. The thing is if you're doing work to get out, make sure you stay gone. Um,
Make
you know
sure
what I
you stay
mean?
gone,
Make sure
Lord.
you stay gone.
Yeah.
But the thing is if you're getting out for the right reasons, you know what I mean? You're getting out because it's not working, there's violence or abuse of some sort. By
Mhm.
all means, cast a spell, call somebody, get somebody on the phone and or on the Instagram and let them know, hey, I need your help. I got to get out of here.
Mhm. Facts.
And then
Facts.
if you're doing spell work, make sure that you have a contingency plan in place of how you would like your removal to happen. And spirit gonna rock with you.
And let me just say this to anybody watching, like, before you go to a spirit, I'm speaking in cases of like extreme things that people may need work. I'm talking about, soul ties and things of that nature. First and foremost, just try to get away from that motherfucker. Like, just,
Right.
stay away. Let me just say that. I'm not saying that you should just stay in a fucked up situation and cast a spell and be like, oh, okay, yeah, now I'm magically out of it. No, that's not what I'm saying. So please don't take this the wrong way. Okay, so we're gonna move on to this crazy clip that I saw about wig spells.
We have that.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have the wig spell?
We have to think about
Is that the lady talking about wigs or camouflage?
Yes.
There you go. Just talk about
Okay, you
Uh,
saw it. We don't even have to play it. You seen it.
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay. Y'all go to our Instagram. We posted it in the stories. But okay, that to me that seems like the most internet shit that
So
we get. Like,
explain it.
so
to the
let's
people who
explain
haven't
it.
seen
Okay, to the people. Yeah, my bad. You right about that. So this lady is basically saying like she uses wigs as spells, and like when she puts on certain wigs, she can manipulate people to do certain things. People look at her in a certain way. She used the term cloaking spell, which means, casting an image or glamour over yourself so that you don't look like yourself. Um, what do you think? What is your thoughts on that? Because she was like, oh, the spiritual community doesn't like wigs, and it's like, girl, like, okay, I don't agree, but whatever. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Look, I'm not gonna shit on her as a person or
Exactly.
practitioner or whatever. I'm gonna say that I never heard that growing up. I never heard that in 40 years. You know what I mean? Now I heard about wearing wigs to protect your crown so
Yes.
that people can't touch your crown. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Wearing head wraps, wearing protective styles under it, whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
But using it to camouflage, the problem in that for me is a bit on the logical side because you're gonna have to play that person every time from there on out. Because the minute that you're not that person,
That's a great
then
point.
that means the camouflage, the cloak, the spell done wore off. So the problem that can create is you're starting to create dissociative identity. You're starting to create kind of multiple personality because you're splitting your mind and your spirit to fit everybody around you versus just being the person that you are
Mm-hmm.
and maybe altering, I mean, I go into some spaces and you can tell I'm from the country. I go into other spaces and you have people going, "Oh shit, I thought you was a white guy on the phone." You know what I mean? There's a difference
Right.
in that code switching, if you will. But
Fact.
when you start to put on, instead of calling it wigs, I'm just gonna say masks.
Mm-hmm.
You start to forget what mask you wear for who, and then you start
Ooh.
to forget that you're not wearing the mask right now.
Mm.
How do
That's
you how do you keep up with
that's
who you
so.
are? And the thing is, it's with like videos like that. I see on TikTok, and I'm not gonna go after the Insta witches and all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
What? How else? Because there are some that give Insta witch vibes, and they're actually good. They're just young. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
not. They're not following some of the traditional ways. They're kind of becoming tech savvy with how they're doing things with the filters, whatever.
Yeah.
But I can't say
Yeah.
they're not good. I tend to look at personal life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When I look at the wig lady, she works around strippers. She works around a lot of different energy.
Oh,
So in her eyes, a wig spell could be when I get out on this stage or when I get around this man and I dance for him, I'm camouflaging myself so he'll give me the money. He likes blonde hair. He likes tattoos. He likes
that makes
this.
sense.
In that environment, it works. In an
Yeah.
everyday
Fact.
environment, that shit is illogical because you're gonna forget who you are along the way.
No.
Exactly.
You
100.
know, and that's the thing with these videos is they need to be one, be more specific. Also let people know, hey, I'm not, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist. These are my views. This is coming, and even, if you got to quote your sources, if I tell you to go out and get some dirt from the bank and then come back and I tell you how to prepare it, I'm going to tell you this is how my grandmother showed me how to prepare jars. So here's what you want to do. All the stuff that I know a majority of it from her and from the
Firsthand.
elders, the men and the women, because everybody was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I tend to be mindful that everything is instant now. Everything is flashing lights and filters and all of this shit. And
It's
I'm
so,
from a generation where you went outside to work. You'll
yeah.
light candles in the house. Like I got candles burning right now. I'm doing work behind the scenes right now. But I'll go outside and work. I burn my candles in the house so that I don't have to keep going outside.
Mm-hmm.
But when it becomes where I look at a lot of people, are you bashing men? Are you bashing women? Are you bashing, the LGBTQ? Are you bashing other religions to make yours look bigger? You know what I mean? Are you just throwing some stuff on a plate and calling it this or that? Are your cowrie shells open? Or are they closed? You know what I mean?
It's
It's
just trendy now. It's not any.
and that's the thing. I was telling
Mm-hmm.
somebody, I was like, I don't do this to compete, so I don't talk, I don't really want to talk bad about anybody, but when I look at it, I came up with people like Apetabi Iyamile, who's Baba Sixto's daughter.
Okay.
She comes from the Ifa Lakumi line, like she's certified. My boy Danjar Chango, certified. But we're all certified because we either grew up directly in it, we had some experience and knowledge in it,
Mm-hmm.
and we pretty much can't tell you the last book we read to learn a spell or to
Fact.
learn how to work with somebody because we were sitting at the feet of the elders. But now you have this generation that's kind of moving in this way of fuck the elders, they old, they don't know what they talking about.
Oh,
And
this
it's
shit.
like, you know what I'm saying? But then all of a sudden, when the fire on their ass, they run into you going, help me, help
Exactly.
me, help me figure it out. I've had so many people that come to me, they ask questions, that I would do the classes and teach them. And the next thing I know, they up for business like 3 weeks later.
Mm.
But
Because you
at the
got to go
same
back to the.
time, yeah, but at the same time, my rule is I've been here since before the internet. You know what I mean? I've been doing this since before the internet. One thing about the internet, you give it enough time, people will expose if they're an insta witch or if they really are about some shit.
Facts. Facts. Oh man, I can't believe we already come to an hour. This is crazy. I really want to keep talking. I have more questions, but it's okay because we're gonna do this again.
Yeah,
Um,
you know.
Before we go, I do want you to. We always leave everybody with a closing thought. Um, I ain't gonna let you go first because I already know what you're gonna say. So, leave us, Wolf, with a closing thought. Just something that we can take through our week. Positive message, whatever you want to say, and then give everybody your Instagram and let them know how they can reach you.
They can find me at Conjure House Inc. Or if you follow Queen or you follow Raw Talk, just type in Conjure in the search, you'll find me. I'm there. Mm-hmm. But and my thing and the biggest thing is no matter what you do, with love spells, no matter where you believe your life is now and should be, just take note that you have the life to continue forward. You know what I mean? Take your ancestors seriously, take yourself seriously, put yourself first. You don't have to be selfish, but you also don't have to be a pushover. So take that, and no matter what you're doing with love, intimacy, spell work, financials, whatever it is, make sure that you put yourself first. You're protecting yourself at all times. And always look back at who you were 10 years ago and where you are now. So you can always match your timeline to make sure that you're growing along the way.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Ashe. All right.
My turn?
You gonna come with some foolishness after that profound thought.
I just want to make sure, like I say all the time, make sure you check on your strong friends. You know what I'm saying? Then most of the time they think we got it together.
They do.
They think we got it together. Check on your strong friends. And ladies, you my friends. Make sure you're doing your key. You know what I'm saying? Like the weather's starting to change. Y'all starting to make excuses so you go outside. We know. Hope you've been working on your Kegels all winter. You know what I'm saying? Because it is go time. I'm checking.
Oh my God, I'm checking. You're checking. That sounds a little.
I'm checking.
Intrusive.
Hey, ladies, on 3. Yeah. Kegel. 1, 2, 3.
That sounds intrusive.
There we go. Hey, look, ladies. There we go. I care.
This shoulders. I cannot with you. Thank you all.
Thank y'all
so much for tuning in. Before you go, I do want to say make sure that you follow everybody. Follow me. Follow Wolf. Follow Oso. Follow Raw Talk. All of our Instagrams are in the comments. Please share this video. Please like it. Please comment. Make sure you subscribe to Raw Talk channel. We love you guys. And we will be back on the 26th. The 26th, yes, I believe it's the next Tuesday. So not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. And we're going to be talking about polygamy, guys. Everybody's little spicy topic. So make sure you tune in and hop in the comments if you have something to say. And until next time, I'm Nay. And
it's also Focus.
And we'll see you soon. Peace.
Let's get it.
Peace and love. It's your girl, Nay.
And it's your boy, Oso Focus, also known as Mr. King, not your nigga.
We want to thank y'all so much for tuning in with us and for rocking with us thus far. We could not do it without you.
All our new followers, the old followers, man, I really appreciate y'all. We need y'all to like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to this channel, because that's what really matters.
Yes, and we want to again thank you for being here, and we will be back next Tuesday, same time, same place.
Peace.